Hello, and welcome to Mystery Monday, live here on Facebook, and thank you very much if you are catching the replay. My name is Lucia Visentin, and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia. As you pop on, do say hi, let me know where you're from. I would love to have a little chat. I hope you all had a lovely weekend, whether you went shopping online or in person. There were sales aplenty to be had everywhere. We did brave it a little bit and went out. We did walk up to Doncaster though instead of driving because there were no parks, I must admit. But had a nice relaxing weekend as well. Like I said, with a little bit of shopping thrown in as well. And how's this for the first day of summer? I don't know what it's like where you are, but here I think we've probably had more than 4 seasons in one day. Probably just didn't get the snow, and that's only because we're in Melbourne. But it has been raining, it's been sunny, we've had everything, absolutely everything, which isn't unusual for Melbourne, to be quite honest. We do usually get 4 seasons in one day. And especially today, we definitely did. So did want to let you know, good evening, Glenda, how are you? That we still have the last day of our Black Friday sale on. Now, if you have been in and had a look, I know quite a few things were sold out, but I just went on before going live, and guess what? A whole heap of things have been restocked. So there is the basic cardstock. There was black, vanilla, basic white and thick. There were dimensionals in black, the mini and the normal. There were cutting blades. There were the Tombow green glue. And I noticed there was the Stampin' Seal and refills as well. Now, a lot of these things were on low inventory still. So do get on and check them out because, like I said, they've obviously got some new stock in, and must have been today because I checked last night and quite a few of those things were sold out. Hello, Michelle, how are you? So, like I said, do get on, do see what there is because there are some things there that weren't there yesterday, okay? So, tonight I am doing quick, easy, simple, classy, lovely cards. And I'm going to try and get a few done as well, just to show you that with some of the products we've got, you can actually mass produce really easily. Good evening, Vicky, how are you? Rain, thunderstorms, lightning, humidity, yeah, that sounds like it's been the same everywhere today. Whereabouts are you, Glenda? Yes, that's not good though. So let us get on to what we're doing and what I am using as well. Just going to get everything out of the way and we will turn over and we will get a little bit closer. Excuse me. So what I'm using today, and I do just have bits and pieces left as well. I am using the, let me see the name, I've got it here, Christmas Tags and More Designer Series paper. And that is $21.75. There were 32 sheets in here originally. There were 4 designs and you got 8 sheets of each. Cold heat. We've even had the heater on here, Michelle. That's how bad it's been. Now, these are all my bits I have left over, and I put all my scraps in there, and they are all in a little bit of order. I still have some papers left. Not a heap, but there still is some. And I do still have, I don't know how I've missed that. I've got a full sheet of the die cuts as well, because there were some die cuts there. It has been quite stormy up Central Queensland. I did hear not nice weather at all. So I'm going to pop that aside because I am not going to use the papers. I have got a whole heap of the die cuts and I have popped them in a little plastic bag one little prezi that doesn't want to come out. Here we go. And the other thing I'm going to use are the Greetings for You mix and match. Hi Anita and Joan, how are you both? So the Greetings for You are $15. Now with this you get 6 sheets of sentiments, and these are absolutely brilliant. So you get 3 different ones and 2 of each. So there's those ones. Those ones, you can see the big holes of the ones that I have used already, and these ones. So there are loads and loads and loads. I don't even think I've used much of that one. Like I said, I've been using them a little bit, but obviously not a lot because I've still got heaps left. So I'm using those 2 things there. What I have pre-done is I have cut 4 cards, and they are just my regular sizes. Okay, so they are 14.85 by 21, and I've scored them at the 10.5. Then I've cut some bases. So I have cut some mounts, and I have cut 2 lots of mounts. This mount here, I don't know whether you can hear that, it's a nice corrugated. And then I've got another one, which is a little bit of a linen look. Now, I don't know whether you can see that very well, but let's have a look. I think you probably can. But they are just gorgeous. So they are called Whispers of Texture. I can't remember whether it is just an online exclusive or whether it was in one of the catalogues, but oh, and I didn't write the price down either. You get 6 sheets, so you get 3 sheets of both of those designs, so 6 sheets in total. I will pop the price of those down when I find it, so I'll do that later because it is fantastic paper. I absolutely adore it because it's got a small enough pattern in it so that you've got a little bit of something there without doing, I like to do the dry embossing on it, and that's always really nice, but this is kind of giving you the same effect. So like I said, I've got 2 different sizes here. So I have got a regular mount, which is 10 by 14.35. So this one is just the 0.5 smaller than your card base. And then I've used cherry cobbler and garden green, just a millimetre smaller, larger for a mount again. So you've just got a tiny, tiny little border around that. Good evening, Annette. How are you? Do you know what? These designer series papers are brilliant, especially the die cuts in them. It just makes things so easy to use. Now with this one here, I have cut these ones a little bit smaller, and I will see which ones look best, but I tend to go for this because it gives a nice little focal point in the center. It's a little bit smaller. So these are 8.5 by 12.85. And then, like I said, I have done the mount behind just that couple of millimeters bigger. So it's a millimeter all the way around. So I'll show you what we're looking at then card-wise. So let's do this one here with that on that. So that's our starting off point. Or we can go this one here, and I'll get the opposite one. So I'll get the corrugated looking one with the garden green. And another card base. So that's what we're looking at to begin with. So either that or that. Or that way, doesn't matter. So let's have a look what we've got here. Let's just pull out a few of these. And like I said, I only want them to be quite simple. So let's see what we've got. I've just got one of my little labels there. So I'm just sort of doing a little bit of colour together. So we've got the crumb cake with the crumb cake. I've got the tree with perhaps a little bit of red behind, and I did have a couple of gifts. We've got that one. We've even got a couple of baubles that could look good. Anyway, so look, we've got a few things here, so we'll just go with what we have. So I'll show you the difference between the two size mounts as well when you're popping something on them. So if we go something like the Christmas tree, then we could probably put that behind it. Good evening, Natalie, how are you? So a couple of little gifts. Probably the other way. We'll put the red on that side and that on that side. And then I was just going to do a little Merry Christmas in there. So like I said, keeping it really, really simple. So if we do the same thing here, and we could even go a different way. And you tell me which one you think you like better. So we could go that with still the red under. I don't know whether I've still got any little gifts. One gift. I think I still had some. Let me have a look. Here we go. There's still another little one here. Let's pull that one out. So a couple of gifts there. And then we could go another sentiment. And we could go something like that. So like I said, that's giving you the portrait and landscape, and it's also giving you the two different sizes. And I think I'm tending to go more this one because I like that it's a little bit smaller in the center. It's not getting quite so lost as it is over there. So what else do I have? I have just, look at this, I've just got a whole heap of embellishments and ribbons. So I just literally pulled everything that I thought might go with it off my shelves. So we've got some Baker's Twine in the red and white. We've got the gold and white and black and white trim there. These little adhesive backed peppermints are still around as well. I thought these still went really well with it. Pearls of Beauty, which are from the Brush with Beauty suite. And look at this, I made a whole heap of Christmas cards on the weekend, so I've only got a few of those left now. But you know what? We might go ahead with this. I actually like this little flag at the bottom a bit better. I do actually like the little red gift as well. And I think because we've got the little flag cut at the end here, I've got the little Merry Christmas here with the little flags at both ends. So we might go that one. So let's pop those aside. We'll start with this one first. So grab us some glue. Like I said, this paper is just gorgeous, the textured papers. So like I said, just a tiny little border around that. Funny how my bracelet doesn't bash around during the day when I'm here. I was just going to say you could use different different sweets as well. I tend to use one because it does make it really easy and you know where you're going. Whereas once you start mixing and matching, you need to coordinate, be better at coordinating. And I like that Stampin' Up has done the work for us as well. So I find that, personally, I find that easy. And this is really nice because you can get things straight along the grain of that paper as well. I am going to pop the tree up on dimensionals. So we do have some dimensionals here. Now these are on stickers or have got sticky backs, so this will sit flat. And like I said, we'll just get that central along there and pop some little dimensionals behind these as well. Is our red one, and our, pop him there, and that just covers the end of that flag as well then. And that other little one there. And then pop it onto our card base. And I might even pop that up on dimensionals too, just to give it a little more something. Dimension is what I was going to say, but that just sounds silly. Now, this is why I went through a whole heap of dimensionals. I went through a pack of dimensionals on the weekend doing Christmas cards. Mind you, I did make 20 Christmas cards, so, and that's only for one group of people that I need to send them out to. So I still have more that need doing. Okay, and we'll set this on there, and that is a card number 1 done. So we could put a couple of little dimensionals on this, embellishments, sorry, and I think I will just use the white. I think that would be nice with the candy cane. Oh, do you know what? No, I'm going to change my mind. I might go the green, because we've got a little bit of green in there, even though we've got the red at the back. But I don't have any red. Well, let's see what these look like. They might be a little big. So if they are a little big, a good idea is actually hiding them a little bit behind something so they don't stand out too much. So if we do that kind of thing, they're probably a little bit bright green. But what I could also do, they're on now, but I could take them off and colour them with, oh, don't have a garden green blend though. But you could colour them, is the other thing. Okay, so card number 1. Let's get this one now. And we might just make this one super, super simple again. So I'm still using a very similar layout, just with the little embellishment, the little ephemera and the tag. And then something a little bit skinnier on there. What else have we got? Some of them are quite long. Actually, do you know what? We probably don't even need... What if we even do away with that and we just make it even more simple? I might even use gold star on top of the tree. That would be good. Except for, I think I only have butterflies. In gold, that is. No gold stars left. Only because in my little stash here, I only have currant. And our gold stars were from a little while back. Or we could put something a little bit bigger as well. Oh, I already got one of those cut out. No, I like the longer one on that. We might even just go that kind of thing. But again, I think I do like it better on this size. We might go that way. Oh, we did that last time, so let's go this way. Okay. I'll probably need a few more bits and pieces so that I can, like you were saying, Vicky, the gold star would be great. You can hear how corrugated that paper is when I'm popping the glue on it. Here we go again. And this one I'm going to stick flat, actually. Oh, that's a good idea. There is two. Thank you, Natalie. I'd forgotten about the dies in that. And I do have some gold as well. Oh, actually, I found another one too. Don't know whether that might be a bit big. This one here is from the Modern Christmas. And they're the ornamental Christmas dies. And there is a gold little star, which would fit quite nicely on the top of that. And you know what? I have some gold paper right next to me. So let's finish this one off by putting a little bit of gold on it. Get some plates. I've got my cut and emboss machine here. Put our gold there, and look, I've already cut a star out of this before. So these are all my little scraps that I keep. And I do keep quite tiny scraps because, you know what, they do come in handy. You're using the set for baptism, so that's how come you remembered. Hello Vicky, how are you? Hope you're well. There you go, there's our little star now. Just let me remember, I'm just going to pop that back straight away because otherwise little pieces like that I'm bound to lose. How's that? That will work well on the top of that. And put a little glue dot behind him. And sit it at the top there. How's that? So this one here, we've got that. Do you know what? I'm going to change that completely. I'm going to do this one. Sorry, just changing it up ever so slightly. So this one here we'll put on dimensionals. like I said, the good thing about these is that everything kind of goes with everything anyway. So not that it doesn't matter what you put with what, but you're going to get a pretty good looking card no matter what you do, I feel. And put him in the middle. I will just put the bird flat. And we'll put that right under. Now these do have a split in the middle, so it's nice and easy to get the backing off of them as well. And again, because this has got the lines on it, probably the right way up would be better. Because it's got the lines on it, it's going to be easy enough to get it straight as well. Okay. So we'll work on getting some other bits on them in a minute as well. Do you know what, now that I've thrown everything about, got to find my card bases again. Here they are, hiding, hiding, hiding. So let's go candy cane. And we might go the red. Oh, that red's a bit small. Do I have another red cut out? There we go, that's better. Obviously I must have had a bit of a measuring issue with that one. So again with that. And with this one, I do think these will look quite cute on it. And we could even tie another little bow around the candy canes too. With the twine, I think would look good. So let's do another one. Like I said, if you can get 4 cards done, I think that would be really good. So how is everyone going with their Christmas cards? Has everyone finished making them and started writing them already? I was going to say I'm not quite good enough to be there yet, but it won't be too much longer. Let's have a look, what else have we got? You need some little our house to yours. How about these Merry Christmases? I think I used that on the first one, but I do like that. So if we pop that there, we can tie a bow. I was going to tie it round it, but I'm not going to because it's quite thick. So I will just, we might do a little double bow as well. There you go. How's that? That's a cute little bow. Alrighty. Cut those ends off. Loop him. So then I know we've got the green behind it, but then we can put that red in front as well. Sorry, that little bit's just twisted around. No, I think he just wants to go that way. That is fine. We will work with him. So glue dot is always the best way to pop your dots behind these. Sorry, to actually adhere them, but putting your bow to the glue dot is a good idea. So this I will stick down flat because it's a sticker. Good evening, Renee. How are you? I hope you're well. And yeah, I've been going upside down all night tonight. So let's actually put him the right way up. So I might sit this one on dimensionals. We're just making some cards tonight using the dies, Renee, out of the Christmas Tags and More designer series paper. I was just saying that all these little dies are wonderful. And then dimensionals behind him. Thank you, Michelle. You know what, I'm just going to cut a smaller bit off that to put in the middle. And remember, you've always got your wink of Stella that you can use on them too, just to give them a little bit more sparkle. Like I said, if you use those, and then we have these cute little, so these ones are $15. And like I said, they are so cute. Oh my goodness, it was sunny outside 2 seconds ago and it is now just started pouring. Like I said, the weather is just all over the shop. So on there, and then we can pop that on our base. Goodness, I don't know whether you can hear that, but it's raining quite hard. Thank you, Joan. And we will do one more, I think. I quite like those baubles. So these two here, I'm thinking. And what else have I got? If we go to green, okay, and sorry, keep on losing my card bases. And so with this one, if we do this kind of thing, and then again a nice long a Merry Christmas or a Happy Christmas. I don't know who really says Happy Christmas. I'm not a Happy Christmas kind of a girl. I think I'm more a Merry Christmas. Well, do you know what we could do? Did have a couple of little strips of gold as well. You could actually put that down and then put that on top. Oh, perfect night for hot chocolate. Yes, that's sounding good. Probably don't need the hot chocolate, but but that would be nice. So if we do that, and then what do I have here? I do have some of our twine, and we could actually just put that down to hang our baubles from. I think that would actually be quite nice. So let me cut a couple of bits of this, and I will grab a little bit of tear and tape. So we will go way. With that one. And we'll stick it behind. Again, I'll just use the tear and tape. I hope you're liking these cards, because I'm not very good at doing things just off the cuff, and I think I have said that before. I'm very much things need to be planned and organised kind of person. But being able to make some cards quickly and to show you that you can, I think is a really good idea too. We had hoggish weather on the weekend. Small flies. It's cold, I know. I think we've got a 30-degree day coming up in the next few days. So, you know, cold one minute and then hot the next. And I'm pretty sure is that Western Australia have got some, near Geraldton, there's some horrible bushfires at the moment. I know that's a long way from us, but I'm thinking of all our friends out that way as well. So again, I'm just using that tear and tape at the back just to hold that down. We will put our baubles on dimensionals. And what I'm going to do is take the backing off here, so then my dimensional actually sticks to it properly as well. So we'll go one here, take that off, and stick that one down. And then the same with this one. Make sure it's stuck nicely. There we go. And we'll put a couple of dimensionals on this one. Gee, even with knowing what I was using and not using a lot of stuff, look at this desk. You can even see it. Like, I've not kept it very tidy at all, have I? So if we do that, then we can put that down the bottom. So put a bit of glue on this. And again, those lines are brilliant to be able to follow. Next year's card sorted. Do you know what? Getting this pack of designer series paper would be great, because you would have your cards sorted in no time at all. And then that can actually sit on there. So this is creating in real time here. I did have my card bases cut out, but that was the only thing that I had done already. That's that. And with that, if you didn't have any twine, even just a black line would be fine. So I know, I think it's the only way to create is to have just a whole load of stuff all over the place. I was going to say, I don't think anyone creates neatly. And if you do, I would love to see it, because I definitely don't. Whether I'm sewing or whether I am card making, I am messy. I got a lot better with my sewing as I got older, because I didn't like cleaning up the mess myself. But my card making, I don't think I've ever grown up really. I still make a big mess. Did you have this one as well, Natalie? Oh, actually, we might put this one on dimensionals. How about we do that? Oh, and do you know what? I think I just have a few little gold gems left too that we could use on it. Like, I am really getting to the end of everything here. Definitely need to replenish some things. Not that that would mean another order or anything, but you know, like I said, I do have to be careful when John's down here. Yes. I'm not too bad. I clean up my desk after every project. Problem is I don't clean the floor behind me after every project, and that's where most of my things end up. I don't know whether Anisha's still on, but we were crafting together the other day, or chatting. We probably were more than crafting, and I did show her around my room, and it wasn't pretty, I must admit. So again, fairly simple. Let's have a look at, and there are those gold little gems. They're not quite as gold as the gold paper. You can just see there, not quite, but I think that's still going to work fine. Go 1, 2, and a little one up here, 3. So let's move some of this mess out of the way. So we've still got loads of things there actually, so you could still, I haven't done anything on the insides of my cards, but you could pop, you know, like there's another little bauble there, so you could put a little bauble on the inside of your card. There's another one, I think I've got another little candy cane. This one here, we could pop a little piece of greenery. Sorry, I'm holding those quite high up, aren't I? And this one here, I'm sure there was another gift. Here we go, another little gift. Oh, there's another couple of little gifts actually. So we could, in that one, pop a couple of little gifts as well. So that can be our insides done too. So let's, sorry, this is a really bad way of cleaning, but I'm just moving everything to the side so that you don't see it all. So we have one Christmas tree, candy canes, elegant board. Yeah, I think that's really pretty. Thank you, Paula. I wasn't going to say anything about yours, Anita. I was just going to tell everyone that mine was really messy. Yours wasn't too bad, really. But I do like those because there's not they're not too busy. I feel like that needs some red on it, but I don't know where. Let us have a look. Let us have a look. Do you know what we could do? I've got some of the shiny ribbon, which is in the real red. What about if we just do a little bow in this? Let's see if we can do this. Because I do feel this one just needs a little something, but just a little. Oh, because it's shiny, it just keeps on getting quite big. I just want a little bow. I don't want anything too big. Maybe if we do something like that. There you go. So I'm just going to cut those ends off. Go the other way. Like I said, it's only just little. And we can pop that there. line of ribbon along the bottom would have been good, but because I haven't even put dimensionals on that, so I can't get anything at the bottom of it now. But I'll remember that for the next one. How's that? And as long as we can still see that Merry Christmas. How's that? Sorry, now I've got my little bits on the inside. Let's stick these little bits on the inside as well. Just so then we finish them completely then. So we'll pop him in there. We had the little candy cane in this one. What time is it? We've been 3/4 of an hour. That's not too bad for 4 cards. Pop him there. We had the little bauble in this one. I might actually pop him up there as well. And I'll just draw a little line on that one to the top. Thank you. It just needed something a little bit red on it. That might be a little bit much, but, and I could just cut that down a little bit, excuse me, so you can still see the Christmas as well. It's just a bit crooked, there we go. And if I just get a little fine line. So I've just got that going to the top there, and then we had those couple of little gifts in here. So there you go, even the inside's done. And that's unusual for me because I've been going really well all year up until the end here. And I must admit I've gotten a little bit slack with the insides of my cards. I really feel like it needs to be on dimensionals, but because it's on the inside of the card, that's not really going to work. There we go. So they are our cards completed. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Like I said, just a little bit of real-time crafting and crafting with some products that are nice and easy to craft with. And I do have to say thank you very much. I did see some cards by Brenton. His were even simpler and they just looked gorgeous, I must admit. And Laura was another person, and I did case a couple of her cards. So I'll show you the couple of cards that I cased, which is still using exactly the same suite. And I've just used the scoring blade on my trimmer just to get the little lines on that as well, which make that look a little bit gorgeous as well. So there you go, 4 cards done, all sorted. So that is it until Thursday. I'll do my tips and tricks. I did want to let you know that I still have 1 card kit left for December. So December I am using the Brush with Beauty suite, and I'm going to be making, or we will be making, a box and 6 note cards to put in the box. So it will actually make a gorgeous Christmas gift for someone as well. So normal drill, $45, and that is the kit posted to you as well. And that is kind of it. So again, thank you very much, and I shall catch up with you all on Thursday. Thank you for watching, much appreciated. Bye.